Assalamualaikum and hello everyone. My name is Ainin Sofiya Binti Ahmad Zulfakar. So today I will present an investigation of sustainable power generation from oil palm biomass, and this investigation take place in Sarawak. Sarawak is the largest state in Malaysia with 22% of nation's oil palm plantation area, making it the second largest contributor to palm biomass production. Despite the enormous amount of palm biomass in the state, the use of biomass as fuel for power generation remains low. This study is designed to investigate the sustainability of power generation from palm biomass specifically in Sarawak by conducting a survey among the palm oil mill developers. On-palm biomass emerged as a potential major contributor to renewable energy as the government has now shifted from conventional energy sources such as coal, oil, and gas to promoting renewable energy sources in order to increase energy security. The world nowadays transition from conventional non-renewable energy sources to renewable energy sources. Sustainable development or sustainability is multidimensional and its definition is vague, which makes it remain a confused topic. So, in order not to be confused, we will only focus on each of three components of sustainability, namely economy, environment, and society. For methodology, these are the steps that have been taken in order to do this research. So the first step is the literature review. Second is formulation of questionnaires and proceed with pilot tests, survey distribution, data validation. For analysis of the data, we use SPASS tool. And lastly, the report writing. Results and discussion. I will divide it into 5 parts. The first part is sustainability of biomass supply chain. The continuous supply of palm biomass is one of the fundamental elements of sustainable power generation from palm biomass. Inconsistent boiler fuel supply such as kernel shells, empty fruit bunch, EFB, and mesocarp fibers will affect the business of small developers who rely upon a third-party supply. Based on the table over here, we can see the average sustaining periods of EFB, palm kernel shell, and mesocarp fiber are 12 days, 1 month, and 2 days respectively. All respondents were having problems handling their excess biomass feedstock due to storage limitation. According to the open text comments about the storage limitation issue in the survey, some of the respondents had opted to tender their excess palm kernel shells and mesocarp fibers to outside traders for quick revenue rather than keep their biomass as feedstock. The second part of the results is sustainability of conversion technology. The flowchart over here shows the current utilization of oil palm biomass in power generation in palm oil mills in Sarawak. Power is generated from the combustion of shell and fiber, whereas palm oil mill waste and EFB are excluded from this process. Electricity generated from the combustion of shell and fiber is supplied to the palm oil mill and also used to sterilize EFB. Next is about the graph over here. It shows a age of conversion technology in Sarawak palm oil mills. So, according to the graph, we can see 44% of the respondents' mill were equipped with technology that has been operating between 3 to 6 years. Regardless of the age of their technology, about 70% of the respondents claim that the conversion efficiency of their technology is satisfactory at above 60% efficiency, and the remaining 30% of respondents mill were equipped with technology that has a conversion efficiency of 30% to 60%. The third part of the results and discussions is sustainability of the grid network system. As you can see over here, 82% respondents expressed their unwillingness to invest in grid infrastructure to export their excess electricity, and only 80% were interested in doing so. The survey findings indicate that the current network system in Sarawak is still inadequate. So instead of only targeting biomass renewable energy for feeding into the grid, one possible solution is to include a non-grid power generation infrastructure to supply surplus electricity from mills to rural communities at comparable tariff. Next part is key challenges in implementing biomass renewable energy in Sarawak. So according to the graph here, 100% of the respondents agreed that the high investment cost is the main challenge restricting their participation in the renewable energy businesses. While 41% of the respondents agreed that the unattractive tariff means they are not interested in investing in the biomass renewable energy business, and the remaining 80% of respondents agreed that the inconsistency of the biomass supply chain was one of the challenges. The last part in results and discussion is future prospect of the biomass renewable energy business in Sarawak. 94% of the respondents demonstrated interest in expanding their business into biomass renewable energy, and all of them expressed their readiness to form a strategic partnership with government and other developers to support the biomass renewable energy business in Sarawak. One of the future prospects is palm biomass power plant joint venture. The important factors that must be considered in order for the biomass power plant joint venture between palm oil mill developers in Sarawak to be put forward is capacity of power plant, sustainability of biomass supply chain, environmental issues, electricity sales revenue, location of the proposed biomass power plant, and lastly is incentive. Conclusions. Two strategies that could be taken into consideration to accelerate the growth of the renewable energy business in the state. The first strategy is establishing a centralized mega biomass power plant as a collaboration between state government and the palm oil mill developers. The second strategy is rural electrification as practiced in India is also a feasible alternative that will help to develop the growth of renewable energy in the state and at the same time contribute to the nation's economy. We have come to the end of the presentation. So, in my opinion, I think that the government should start looking into providing the necessary infrastructure and also find the expertise for the use of potential power supply from oil mills in Sarawak. In this survey, all the participating respondents, they welcome the idea of strategic partnership with the state government to further develop the biomass renewable energy industry. So I really think that the government should take an action in develop the biomass renewable energy industry. So that's all from me. Thank you.